Revelations 14. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, and he's an extremely jealous El. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And Yah is short for Yahweh, Yod He Vav He. It's like saying Dan, Daniel with an E. What is the difference and does matters when people say that Phil, Bob, Sam, and Aaron are the same name, when no they're not, and no one in their right mind would ever believe that. And only a fool would believe that a hammer could force its creator to do anything, and there was no letter J in the Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic text because the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yahoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yahoshua is Joshua, and I strongly believe that the son of Elohim's name, Yahoshua, means Yahweh is salvation. Excuse me. And I looked and saw a lamb standing on Mount Sion, Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written upon their foreheads. There's just a letter there, so I was just reading it. Some texts read, having his name and his father's name written upon their foreheads, and I heard a voice out of the heaven like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder, and I heard the sound of harpists playing their harps. Excuse me. And they sang a new song before the throne and before the four living creatures and the elders, and no one was able to learn that song except the 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. Again, the remnant of the tribes of Israel, the remnant of the 12 tribes. There are those who were not defiled with women, for they are maidens. They are those following the Lamb wherever he leads them on. They were redeemed from among men, being firstfruits of Elohim and to the Lamb, and in their mouth was found no falsehood, for they are blameless before the throne of Elohim. And I saw another messenger flying in mid-heaven, holding the everlasting good news to announce to those dwelling on the earth, even to every nation and tribe and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear Elohim and give esteem to him, because the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made the heaven and the earth and sea and fountains of water. And another messenger followed, saying, Babel, B-A-B with a line underneath of it, E-L, is fallen. Isaiah 21:9, it says B. See also Jeremiah 51:8. Excuse me. Babel is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her whoring. And a third messenger followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark upon his forehead or upon his hand, he also shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out undiluted into the cup of his wrath, and he shall be tortured with fire and sulfur before the set-apart messengers and before the Lamb, and the smoke of their torture goes up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, those worshipping the beast and his image. Also, if anyone receives the mark of his name, there is the endurance of the set-apart ones. The endurance of the set-apart ones. Here are those guarding the commands of Elohim and the belief of Yahoshua. And I heard a voice out of the heaven saying to me, write, blessed are the dead who die in the Master from now on. Yes, says the Spirit, in order that they rest from their labors and their works follow with them. And I looked and saw a white cloud. And sitting on the cloud was one like the son of Adam, A-D with a line underneath of it, A-M, Dan 7:13. One, at capital O, one like the son of Adam, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle for reaping. And another messenger came out of the dwelling place, crying with a loud voice to the one sitting on the cloud, Send your sickle and reap, because the hour has come for you to reap, because the harvest of the earth is ripe. And the one sitting on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. That right there, when that happens, that's when we'll be separated from the wheat from the chaff. Judgment. And the one sitting on the cloud thrust his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another messenger came out of the dwelling place which is in the heaven, and he too held a sharp sickle. And another messenger came out from the slaughter place, having authority over the fire, and he cried with a loud cry to him having the sharp sickle, saying, Send your sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, because her grapes are ripe. And the messenger thrust his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and threw it into the great winepress of the wrath of Elohim. And the winepress is trodden outside the city, and blood came out of the winepress up to the bridles of the horses for about 1,600 stadia, stadia, approximately 296 kilometers or 184 miles. Well, that definitely says it for me, because 1,600 stadia. Remember earlier on when it said stadia and it was a lower number, and I thought maybe it was like per one of those is a stadia, but no, they just summed it up. That exact number is that number there or that number there, like kilometers and miles. That's pretty cool. That's giant.